Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to see Ansible introduction and installation steps. This topic belongs to the subject DevOps. Myself, Hasina Bibi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Ansible is one of the DevOps tools. It is actually known for automation. From Ansible, we can automate several connected nodes remotely. Along not only automation, we can do several things like configuration management, application deployment, automating several tasks through Ansible installed admin system. Actually, it is called as IT automation engine that automates various IT tasks like we can do server setup remotely, we can manage the task through cloud, etc. So all these remote configuration, remote application deployment, task management, everything will be applied by using playbooks which will be written in certain programming language called as YARN. The following are some of the important features of Ansible. No extra software or security setup is needed. It uses YARN language, yet another markup language in the form of playbooks. Playbooks are the document which will consist of several configuration which will allows automation task to be performed on the remote system. It works with users, cloud services and CMDB, that is configuration management database. Before Ansible, the communication in between the remote nodes and the common admin node is performed in a simplified manner and agentless automation have been happened. But after the arrival of Ansible, there is a secure shell protocol based communication can be established so that a secure communication or the connections have been implemented in between the Ansible node and the remote managed nodes. Ansible follows a push-based model where the control node pushes configurations to the managed nodes. Basic workflow. First of all, the Ansible system have to define the inventory. Begin by creating an inventory file that lists all the managed nodes that are connected nodes for which the Ansible will perform the remote operations. We can group these nodes logically for easier management, allowing for targeted operations on specific sets of systems. Write playbook. We have to develop playbook that outlines the sequence of tasks we want to execute on the managed nodes. So whatever the operations we want to do on the managed nodes, everything will be written in the form of a certain file called as playbook. Playbooks are written in YARN language and the playbooks will define both the order and specific operations utilizing Ansible's modules for various actions. Once the playbook is ready, it will be Ansible node will execute it from the control node. Ansible connects to each managed nodes that whatever configuration written in the playbook, once the control node applies it to the remote nodes, all those configurations will be runs on the managed nodes, and it will runs the specified task and disconnects automatically once the task have been completed. Idempotency. One of the Ansible's core strength is its idempotency. That is, running the same playbook multiple times ensures that the managed nodes maintain the same desired state, preventing accidental or unintended changes with each execution. This is the architecture of Ansible. So Ansible will be installed in the centralized control node where it will consist of several modules and plugins connection plugins, and it will inventory files will be there, host inventory files will be there. Inventory files will keep track the records of details about the remote host, or the host are called as the managed nodes connected to the control node. Actually, control node is the node where Ansible will be installed. From the control node, several managed nodes will be connected to the Ansible control node, and the Ansible control node will apply the configuration management, application deployment, whatever the task it will do on the managed nodes. For that, for the kind of task or automation or any kind of configuration management, everything will be written in the form of playbooks. The account of different managed nodes or host will be maintained in the host inventory. The Ansible architecture consists of users who create playbooks that tell Ansible what to do on different hosts. That is, playbooks are the files on which on which everything will be written. That is, what to do, the important things about the remote control and monitoring, or task deployment, what to do on the different host. Everything will be written in a certain instruction format in the playbooks. Ansible uses the modules to perform the task, and it connects to the host through connection plugins. These are the plugins to add extra features, and Ansible can even work with machines in the cloud. Components of Ansible architecture. First of all, users. Users are system administrators, DevOps engineers, or anyone who needs to automate tasks on servers or cloud resources. Users interact with Ansible by writing playbooks and managing inventories. Ansible is actually the automation tool at the center of this architecture. It is responsible for executing tasks that automate IT operations, like installing software, setting up configurations, or deploying applications. Host inventory, the list of all the machines. This will keep track of the list of all the machines that Ansible will manage or connected to the control node. It contains the IP addresses or host name of the servers, virtual machines, or cloud instances. When you run an automation task in the form of playbooks, Ansible knows which machines for which it has to be applied to apply the task to, because it checks the host inventory. You can also group the host into categories. For example, whether the particular group of system is going to will act as the web server, etc. Playbooks. It is a YAML file containing a series of tasks to be executed by the Ansible. It defines the actions that Ansible will perform on the host defined in the inventory. Core modules. These are the default modules that come with Ansible. Custom modules. Ansible's built-in. Sometimes if the Ansible's built-in module might not be enough, we can custom the module. We can redefine the modules to meet specific needs. Plugins. These are additional modules that can extend Ansible's functionality. For example, these may include email notifications, logging, or others to customize or enhance the automation process. Connection plugins will be there. Connection plugins handle how Ansible connects to the remote machines. And private public cloud. We can also use Ansible with the cloud infrastructure. This indicates that Ansible can interact with both private and public cloud environments to automate the deployment and management of cloud-based infrastructure. Host are the machines that Ansible manages. The host may be the virtual machines or containers or servers. Here are some real-world use cases of Ansible. It is used for cloud infrastructure provisioning. It is used for network device automation. Network engineers employ Ansible to automate the configuration of network devices such as routers, switches, and firewalls. This includes the tasks like setting up VLANs, applying security policies, and ensuring compliance with network standards, leading to consistent and error free network configurations. Security and compliance enforcement. Ansible assists in automating security configurations and compliance checks across IT infrastructure. Disaster recovery automation. In disaster recovery scenarios, Ansible automates the restoration of services by executing predefined playbooks that restore configurations, reinstall software, and reapply settings, minimizing downtime and ensuring business continuity. Application deployment and CI/CD integration. Development teams integrate Ansible into their CI/CD pipeline to automate the deployment of applications. Ansible playbooks can automate tasks like pulling the latest code, running tests, and deploying applications to various environments, facilitating continuous integration and delivery. Now let us see some of the major steps needed for the installation of Ansible. First one is we have to update our system packages. Second step is we have to install required dependencies. A third step is we have to add the Ansible repository. In fourth step we have to install Ansible. In the fifth step we have to verify the installation, whether the installation have been completed successfully. And for every steps, for doing everything, there are certain commands are there. With the help of commands we can do step by step operations. Step 6, we have to configure the inventory file. The inventory file lists the servers Ansible manages. We have to mention the IP addresses or the host names. In the step 7, we have to test the connection to the managed nodes. We can test whether the Ansible connects properly to the remote nodes. For that, a specific commands are there. And we have also alternate commands to perform alternate method for the installation. Also there is a command is there to check the version of Ansible installed, and also we can uninstall the file, uninstall Ansible with the help of commands. So that's all about the Ansible DevOps tool. Thank you.